everybody. Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday night Principal Chiro broadcast, sponsored by DE and Band of Brothers. So, before I introduce our speaker, let's remind you that DE is July 27th through the 30th. I know it's early, but I also know now it's time to get your flights, get your hotels booked up, and register. The more people registered now, then we know a great head count. And I know the hotel block will book up, so that get in done. Kat just said, make sure you get it done in June, not wait till July, because you'll be left out. The first DE in years that all the kids will be out of school, so there'll be a lot of families. Looking forward to that, having a lot of families there. And now on to our speaker tonight. If you're on the morning breaths, you'll all know who Donna is. Donna Boylan is from Bethel, Connecticut. She's been in practice 35 years. I've been hearing her every week, Tuesday and Thursday, for about 15 years. She's the gal that starts in the morning with good morning, and I can't give it justice like she does. Everybody on the breast just loves Donna because of her good morning. And I remember way back when RJ was on, he just loved listening to Donna say good morning to everyone. So with no further ado, from again, Bethel, Connecticut, 35 years in practice, graduated back a long time ago from Logan. And she's been rocking in Connecticut, and just a beautiful soul. So if you don't know Donna, she's a behind the scenes gal, but man, she is just a lover and just a pure heart. So I can't wait to hear what she's got to share with us. So no further ado, from Bethel, Connecticut, let's hear it for Donna.
Well, good evening from Bethel, Connecticut. Thank you so much, Andy, and thank you to Kat for helping to set this all up. I am honored and delighted to be able to be the Tuesday evening speaker, and I would like to just jump right in terms of what I have learned from the years that I had gone to DE, and from Dr. Sid and Dee Dee Hummer, and being on the morning calls. I am so blessed to have had so many opportunities, and I'd like to just share some. One of the big things that for someone who's gone to Logan, who lived out in St. Louis, for Tina Turner's passing, I remember seeing Tina Turner when I was a student out at Logan, and this is back in, gosh, it had to be 1984, 1985. I actually ran into her in the hotel, and what a delightful lady. There is a quote that I found, and I love it. It just sings to the essence of what we want to do in sharing chiropractic. So this is a little quote from her. When I started as a solo artist, I was a female Black singer in my 40s with no money and few prospects for gigs. Still, I kept a never give up spirit. Part of my spiritual practice is to transform roadblocks into positivity. The force of my positivity pushed, and the discriminatory isms standing in my way, all those roadblocks. We all have it within our power, that wonderful positivity to make decisions and to take actions that elevate us. Every day, we express who we are and who we wish to become through our thoughts, words, and deeds. Choose the positive path in everything that you do. Spread positivity and kindness. That's the way. Isn't that the way, as we share the story and we bring the tick? Roadblocks may get in our way, and people can say, oh, you can't do it. I remember as a 26-year-old single woman trying to get a loan to open up an office. This is going back again for 1988. Well, back then, they weren't giving money to a single woman. And I went to 10 different banks, And everyone said, gosh, you've got the greatest proposal that we've ever seen. You've listed everything. It was probably 50 pages thick. But you know what? We're not going to give it to you. We need you to get a co-signer. Well, long story short is that's what happened. And today, 35 years later, we have banks knocking on our door all the time. Hey, wouldn't you like to do business with us? Wouldn't you like to do business with us? Never, ever let no's get in the way. And that is a lot of information that I had received by going to DE and listening to Dr. Sid. So, what I would like to share tonight is some of the power tools for manifesting, which we're all so familiar with, and the consciousness of choosing our thoughts, choosing the thoughts that we want to really be focusing on. Lasting Purpose by Dr. Sid. What a wonderful book. And the idea and the consciousness of making sure that what we think about is truly what we want. Now, don't let other people put thoughts in your mind's eye. You are the one who is responsible for writing your story. There is a wonderful book that is The Power of Positive Thinking. And it was written by a minister. And the minister's name, it's going to come back to me. The minister is a gentleman who grew up in New York. And his daughter, whom of course I can't say her name right now, his daughter is under care. And that book, The Power of Positive Thinking, I have read at least every 3 years during the courses of my practice years. Just a truly phenomenal book, and keeping us on positivity in terms of the way you want to address your purpose. Bringing affirmations and choosing the affirmations that we want. The I am consciousness. I am, that power and the spirit of how we resonate. I am open to trying any and all possibilities. I am open to meeting as many people as humanly possible. I am open. I am joyful. The energy that we bring to that allows us to create that reality of people and the attractive forces of those people or love. I am love coming into my life. I am love. I am joy. I am radiant. I am excited. And allowing us to stay in this present time consciousness. The idea of coming into an office and maybe getting cut off as you're driving to the office, knowing that we get to leave that kind of energy outside and get right back into that I am consciousness. Staying in that present mindset, allowing us to know that happiness is a choice. I am happy. I am being thought through. I am that open conduit. I am present time consciousness. I am happy. I am love. The affirmations of what we choose creates our state. When we wake up in the morning, do we wake up and go, good God, it's morning? Or do we wake up and go, good God, it's morning? What is the energy field that we have around us? There it is, Norman Vincent Peale. Thank you so much. And he is the writer, the author of The Power of Positive Thinking. His daughter, Maggie, is now, God, Maggie is getting ready to turn 90. What a pure delight it is to have her under care. Just love her, love her, love her. And the essence of who she is growing up in that environment is the essence of who we are growing up in the environment that we share, listening to Sid, listening to Dee Dee Elmer, being around Andy in the morning breaths, being around people like RJ Kelly or Tim Langley, and the awareness that we know we can be bigger. We know that the consciousness that we bring to each and every endeavor allows us to seek the opportunities. Opportunities will come to us when we are that open vessel. So having the idea of choosing the thoughts that we want in our head, having the idea of the affirmations, the I am consciousness, and focusing on that throughout the course of the day is huge. The idea of doing the breaths, the breathing, the 49 breaths, I absolutely love them. I shoot to do them twice a day. Ideally, I would like to do them 3 times a day. The breathing and the slowing down of the thought consciousness that can sometimes get up here, especially as we go through our day. And we are surrounded by people who may not have that positive mindset, or who are constantly asking questions. What am I going to get better? What am I going to get better? And bringing them back to the power that made the body is the power that heals the body. And your body just needs time. The adjustments, time and repetition will go and allow us to work together to enable your innate to be at full expression. Because truly, it's my innate working with your innate. Your innate is the governing force. 49 breaths, breathing those belly breaths, and focusing in on allowing that brain to become one, to get into that present time consciousness of now, being with you now. Nothing else I'd rather be. I'm so blessed. I'm sitting in an office because it has the better internet than where I am in my home. But I'm also so blessed because being here for 35 years, we're about 80% done of totally renovating it, from rug to walls to lighting to furniture. And it has such a wonderful energy. I like to tell the patients, it's what we're creating in our next 30 years. It's what we're creating for you so that you can bring in your family and your friends, so that we can make a bigger impact. And why does that big impact come? That big impact comes because of the preparedness that we bring to each and every day. So the good feelings that we bring to the I am consciousness, there are that idea of that love. Love is my primary technique. When I say that I am love, I want to feel that love. I am love. So that when I put my hands on someone, they know that they're being touched with someone who has loving hands and wants to bring that vibration to them, brings that vibration through that adjustment, that I am there with them. I am focused. Nothing else matters. Love is my primary technique. Second, I want to be able to listen. I want them to know that whatever they're saying, that they're being heard. We live in a society right now that everybody is on that phone, right? They're on that phone. People are longing for this. They're longing for that eye-to-eye connection, to know that they are being heard. The good feelings that we bring to the I am consciousness. I am ready. I am alert. I am open to the fields that are white with the harvest. I am excited. And I am ready. Continuing to bring that. To visualize as you go through the course of your day. When you put your hands on someone, do you visualize what it is that you're putting your hands on? And can you visualize the way that brain going down through the brainstem and going through the spinal cord, that energy, that life-flowing energy, and feeling, allowing that, removing the interference, getting out of the way. I just love that. To visualize that each and every time. Speaking of R.J. Kelly recommended a book years and years ago, 7 Days in Utopia. Loved the book. And it was about a golfer. I love golf as well. And it was about a golfer, an amateur golfer, who goes and needs to find his way. Long story short, he ends up working with an old-time pro. And it talks about the visualization that as you go and line up that shot, as you have that golf ball in front of you and you're choosing a club to hit that ball, visualize that ball going out, up toward the hole. Visualize how it's going to go and the pattern of where that arc angle will go as the ball comes down and hits the green. And as that green sways and can fluctuate from back to front or side to side, visualizing that ball going into that hole. Do we do that? Do we visualize? Then when we put our hands on that person and we apply that thrust, do we visualize then that body taking the thrust, opening up? Do we visualize that body, that person in front of us healing, being the best version of themselves? Their innate knows what to do. Drawing it out in your mind's eye, feeling it, to then applying that to the person in front of us. I remember hearing about Larry Bird from Sid and how Larry Bird, a big Hall of Famer from the Celtics, basketball, right? He was asked, what was the key of your success? And Larry Bird said, you know what? I wasn't a great basketball player. He goes, what it made me wonderful or make the Hall of Fame was that he would practice for 8 hours a day. Other people would go to practice for 4 hours a day. He practiced 8 hours a day. He worked hard. 1 hour of that practice was off court and visualizing. He literally would sit or he would stand and visualize having that basketball in his hands, feeling each of the dimples of that basketball, feeling that rough, taking the ball, visualizing, taking the ball up, releasing it, seeing the arc angle of that ball as it went up, hit the backboard, and bam, went in through the rim. The visualization, taking that time, calming that inner talk that we can sometimes get so that we can be open to the innate thought flashes. To that is what will guide us, the wisdom within. Wayne Gretzky, one of the all-time famous hockey players, was also asked, why are you one of the world's greatest hockey players? And he said, most people go to where the puck is, but he would go to where the puck was going. And that was a form of visualization. That breathing in, that preparing, that breathing in of the spirit. Allowing fear to turn into faith. We all have fears. Fears can be the size of a mustard seed. Yet if you let a mustard seed grow, it grows into a huge tree. We want to squelch fears. Fears just is a false evaluation appearing real. We want to turn fear to faith and trust. Trust that whatever you're doing, it's going to work. Just keep working it. Having that clarity, a clarity of mind, a clarity of thought versus scattered. Right now, because of everything that we've done around here, my office is a mess. I need to clean my office. And that's something that I'll be working on this weekend so that I can therefore get rid of the clutter. Success will flow to a clean space. And that's what happens. Removing all worries and concerns. I remember during COVID, in the very, very beginning, that they were using stay home and stay safe. And this, I'm talking March of 2020, April of 2020. There was about 4 or 6 weeks that I had difficulty sleeping. And I remember a prayer that someone had shared with me years and years ago. And I had used this prayer so often. But if ever you're in a situation where you have worries and concerns and you're having difficulty of letting them go, I would recommend this prayer. And it's, Dear Lord, dear God, I give you all my fears, worries, and anxieties. And you repeat it 3 times. Dear Lord, dear God, I give you all my fears, worries, and anxieties. And one more time. Dear Lord, dear God, I give you all my fears, worries, and anxieties. And then you go to a state of gratitude. And then 3 times repeat, Dear Lord, dear God, thank you for taking all my fears, worries, and anxieties. Thank you for taking all my fears, worries, and anxieties. And then one more time, Dear Lord, dear God, thank you for taking all my fears, worries, and anxieties. And that can leave us for rest, to trust and to rest. The power of the adjustment is huge. Getting adjusted is huge. Sharing the adjustment is what it's truly about. Tim Langley used to end the morning breaths with, bring a friend. I love sharing that with our patients. Bring a friend next time. Bring someone else. Allow someone else to experience what you're experiencing. To allow them to understand that the power that made the body is truly the power that will heal it. All we need is just removing interference and sharing that. So there is no doubt that there has never been a better time to be a chiropractor. People need what we have. And by loving what you do, you're going to share it. Know that whatever you have going on, you can always conquer it. You got this. Remember what you do is awesome. Telling that story, keep telling the story. Keep moving forward. And what I would like to share in closing is something that it's actually from Marianne Williamson, and it was from A Return to Love. A lot of people think that Nelson Mandela is the originator, but I really love this and I'd like to share it. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. And with that, thank you so much for the time. It has been a pleasure. And I'll see you in July at DE.
You started with the prosperity toolbox, I think is what you said.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of prosperity toolbox and maybe spiritual toolbox and you name it toolbox you just opened up. You know, the I am so important. But like you were saying, you have to be in the I am statement until you own it. You know, RJ owned it.
Yeah.
Vincent, I would love to talk to Vincent Lloyd Peele. Is
Norman Vincent Peale.
Norman Vincent Peele's daughter.
Yes.
Could you imagine being raised in that environment and all of a sudden it's not a statement, it's not a book, it's my life that my dad brought me up in, and now I'm 90 years old. That would be so awesome, you know. And for all of us out here that are trying to quote unquote, you know, build our practice or serve our patients better, just to ooze that I am principle, that I am consciousness, that I am vibration. That's the real deal. That's it. You smacked a home run. You didn't talk about baseball. You talked about basketball, hockey, and the golf, but you didn't talk about baseball. But today you hit a grand slam. I really appreciate you being on.
Thank you so much, Andy, for the invite.
God bless you. And everybody, again, get registered for DE. And Tuesday, tomorrow morning is Wednesday. get on the morning breaths, because like she said, it really does change when you're when a vibration of people who are like-minded. It just sets your day off right. Love and appreciate you, girl, and we'll talk to you soon.
Love and appreciate
Bye,
you back.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.